because you'll see, because it's not as lucrative to be a rapper, because there's a higher failure margin, right? You see more people failing. It will ultimately shake itself out. And people who are here because they are actually great and this is their calling will remain because this is what they want to do. Man, we got a lot to get to this week. It's Rap Life Review. Low, Nadeska, Ebro, Eddie in LA. Eddie, that's a new jacket?
Nah, this old, baby. This is just...
Don't call me baby, baby. Chill out. Chill out. We got Cole claiming he's the GO.A.T of features. We got new Meek Mill, mixtape Pluto dominating the charts. A lot of new music too. That be a Lil Yachty, Lil Durk, T Grizzly, The Baby, Moneybagg Yo, NLE Chopper. Real quick on NLE Chopper. He just gonna keep running this slut thing, huh?
Wait, what do you mean? What's a slut? What's a slut thing?
My man been slutting it out, getting slutted out, slut season. Like, my man's just going with it, bro.
It's his thing though. Like, it's working for him.
He's really, he's living his slut life.
He's sexually liberated.
Cool. Like, I don't know what you...
All right, hey.
That's not how I thought we were gonna jump
and
into
it seems like people are into it. So
yeah.
Does it make you smile?
Maybe it does. Maybe it does. So Nicki, let's get to Nicki Minaj off top. I'm just now seeing this when we sat down and do Rap Life Review. I did not see this. She clarified her deal with Young Money has been over since 2021 and her mixtape Beat Me Up Scotty was released directly through Republic Records. Did this need to be clarified? I
don't know. I was privy to this information last night, which is why I sent it in the group chat. I didn't know if anybody knew that she was off Young Money or if there was a reason why she was off Young Money.
Like, is Young Money still very active as a label? Like, are they still signing people and releasing music?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe they're just inactive right now.
I just thought she was most, like, the most active
look, she fulfilled her contract, probably, and they made a lot of money together. It was clearly a successful business venture for everyone involved. But yeah, I wasn't sure. The reason I'm seriously asking, was there something that prompted the clarification, or is this also a part of her talking about, because she's been promoting her own label too? Right, so maybe that's also some of the clarity that she wants to put out there, is that that business venture's done and she's moved on and she's managing things directly with Republic and launching her own thing. So maybe it was just a what was that called? A life update.
Yes.
For the Barbs.
Yeah. So Barbs, she's no longer Young Money, and this is not us hating. Just giving you information.
Why you had to put a disclaimer?
For them, you have to.
Well, no, I think it's just because you're a hater. So they
don't
even look at me. I don't want any part of this.
Just don't. I'm just giving them.
Why does it always have to go like this?
Hey, Lo,
don't.
Lo, did you see her tweet? How'd you see it? Did you see her tweet?
Yeah, you're blocked.
I'm blocked, so I can't. Yeah. Don't do that.
Well, no, you said you saw this information, so how'd you see it?
No, I was sent.
So wait, you stalking Nicki's account because you blocked?
You got a Finsta?
I was sent this information from an executive.
Oh, an executive.
That's why I wanted to give you guys the information.
Lowkey's a very important person, if y'all didn't know. A very important person.
He is. VIP.
Mixtape Pluto on track to be Future's third #1 album.
No, 11.
But it's third this year.
Third this
year. Excuse me. Yes, 11th
#1,
third this year. Let's go to Eddie. How would you rank Future's year, right? Like I tweeted, I think that Lowkey, nothing to do with Lowkey, but maybe he won this year.
I think bird's eye view, what we got to start to realize, and we already knew this, that Future is one of those ones. He's one of the icons of rap, and sometimes when you're currently in the moment, you don't really have the opportunity to recognize it. Well, let's take this opportunity right now for 3 #1 rap albums when rap is supposedly dead, like they've been telling us for the last 2 years or some change, that the industry, the conversations that happen online, like everything that's happening with record labels right now and how they're deprioritizing hip hop music. It's supposed to be dead, but here we have this guy who not only has 1 album, 2 albums, 3 albums go #1 in not just in a year, in a very short period of time.
Like 8 months?
Yeah, a very short period of time. The numbers are absolutely crazy. So as priorities shift and we're looking at hip hop and devaluing it, you're having someone who is still in their prime 10 plus years later, producing high quality bodies of work, mixtapes, albums, collaborations with Metro Boomin, with no signs of people having fatigue towards his music. So make this a testament to the music industry. You need to point and be like, look, man, people still care. It just depends on the quality of the music. So shout out to Future and everything that he's doing.
It also depends on the kind of maturity of the brand too, the establishment of the brand. You know, Future has been around through multiple eras too. So I think there's that. There's also been multiple artists that have either been inspired by, co-opted, or, you know, imitated Future style throughout the years. So he's got a lot of sons, if you will.
A lot of babies.
Yeah. So I think there's that part too. And then his that part.
Yeah.
And then there's the fact that he's an actual songwriter.
Yeah. Like
he's actually somebody who can churn out a lot of content in a period of time and be consistent with it. I want to go back to what you just said. I don't want to blow past that because I think it's going to be a long, kind of evolving conversation around this whole deprioritization of hip hop and or the I guess decline of hip hop. I think we're basing that on the most recent, you know, high bar of hip hop too, right? Like somebody like me who's been around and seen the ebbs and flows of it. I don't think there's a decline in the passion for it. I don't think there's a decline even in the consumption of it. I think the problem actually is those secondary and tertiary fans who weren't really hip hop fans. They're just popular music fans. We talked about
we talked about it.
Right, so they're people those are the people who are gonna come and go just based on trends. Right. They're not here for, you know, the culture or, you know, really the art forms and things like that we hold near and dear. I want to say this too to everyone else out there. Any decline that you see in hip hop is our fault.
Ours, like
hip hop collectively, because we let hip hop become this everybody gets in, everybody's got a chance, lowest common denominator, cheap throwaway. I recorded 50 songs last night. I'm putting out, you're not even.
I understand what you mean, but when you say we let it happen, how do we control that? Like, how do we control those outside?
I'm not saying we could have stopped it, but
so is the phrase we let it happen?
Well, I think it's important for us to all take accountability.
Because then when people complain, then it turns into it's a generational divide, the gatekeepers, it's old heads.
But that's why I want to put a marker down and say we.
Okay.
Right? Because I do believe that the younger kids can look at this and go, oh shit, we didn't care for this thing. We didn't take care of the songwriting. We didn't take care of the music making. We didn't take care of the fan base. We didn't go out and put our best shows on the stage. We didn't get with the best songwriters to make the best songs. We just started making shit and throwing it out so we could grab a bunch of money. And when you do that and it just becomes a money grab, your shit becomes disposable. And that's what we're seeing. When there's no barrier to entry, it's not special. Matter of fact, it's so not special right now that if a kid walks up to you and tells you they a rapper, it's like, it's fucking every 10th person.
It just feels like we can't really stop
I don't know if there's a way to stop it, but I think there's a way.
With social media, it feels like it's impossible now to stop that.
But I believe there is a cultural expectation that can be applied and learned where it's like, yo, if you are going to contribute to this, right? Like because it was like this in the 90s. If you were contributing, you had to bring something new and dope. Now, were there record labels who commoditized and made knockoffs of to try to make sales? Will that continue to happen? Absolutely. Sound-alikes, look-alikes, all that shit happens, right? But there was kind of a through line where people would be like, nah, bro, you sound like so-and-so. And I think that now we've seen, and I always come back to this, oh, the gatekeepers are in the way. Oh, you're just a hater. Oh, da-da-da. And now we're here where you see the culture on decline. There's a kid in their bedroom right now who don't give a fuck. They want to make raps, they're going to put it out. But there's going to come a time where it's only going to be the individuals who are the greatest who get to shine, and everything else is just
to escalate that point, I think what's happened is we weren't snobbish enough with our culture. Like we didn't turn our nose up to too quick to the bullshit. We let the bullshit in, we let the bullshit sit, we let the bullshit fester. But then when we say that ain't good enough, that ain't what we like, that's not cared for, then we're like, oh, you're hating. So then now we got to give it up and like, oh, okay, let the young do it, let them try their own, let them experiment. But no, like, I'm one of those people that will say like, no, that shit is fucking ass. That shit sucks. But then because I'm old, I'm 42, I'm 43. Oh, you hating? Oh, it's not the 90s.
See, that's not exactly what I'm saying.
No, I understand that, but
because what you're talking about is critiquing art, right?
And really, we don't really critique the art like we're supposed to.
Well, but that's why when I was specifically talking about song. Song making and song structure and quality.
And a lot of people suck at that shit right now.
And there are a lot of people who suck at it, right? But there are some people who suck at rapping, but they know how to make a great song, right? And so that's why I didn't really get into the specifics because listen, fam, there are people that we will call legends who ain't the best rappers.
I mean, back in the day, there were people that were like legends in singing that were terrible singers.
And that's why I just focused on the songs part.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we're talking about consumption, sales, and these other things, that's really a song-based conversation, right? Who's making the best songs? Who's telling the best stories? Who's, really putting out something that as a consumer I can follow along and I feel like I can get involved in, not just everyone sounding the same, doing the same, saying the same things. Everybody's got the same, wearing the same clothes.
But that's what I'm saying.
When people have pointed that out, remember when Jay pointed that out? Wasn't it on the last album? And then people took offense to it. He was talking about the money phone. It's like even when people respected in the culture try to say something about it, there is just a backlash. People are upset about it online. So it doesn't, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I personally don't see how we continue to champion good music. We try really hard to champion great artists.
I think the how has entered the chat because you'll see, because it's not as lucrative to be a rapper, because there's a higher failure margin, right? You see more people failing. It will ultimately shake itself out. And people who are here because they are actually great and this is their calling will remain because this is what they want to do, right? Versus people who have just showed up and I can auto-tune my way through this, or I can make myself sound like something that's already popular so I can get a bag through that. Right. I think those bags have dried up. And that's what you're seeing because the labels also, people who don't give a fuck about hip hop, and we shouldn't expect them to no matter how much money they made on it, they're in business. Period, full stop. And whatever's making money is what they're gonna go towards. Whatever has the highest margin of return is what they're gonna go towards. And there was a time when that was rap. They could just push rap into TikTok. They could push rap into the streaming services. They could just put out a bunch of shit and people were just eating it up and they were making money. They didn't have to give a rapper a lot of money. They gave them 100,000, 500,000, whatever it is, and turn around and make 3 million, 10 million, whatever the thing is. That's a great business. But when that 500,000 ain't getting their money back to the same margins, they're gonna stop investing in it and they're gonna pivot and invest in something else. And I think that's what we're seeing right now.
So maybe it needs for us to dry out.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing. So, and get the art revolutionized.
That's why I said the how has entered the chat. Like you're gonna see the struggle is on now.
But it's fine. It's all cyclical, like you were having a conversation about earlier. And I'm gonna make an analogy for like sneakers, right? So right now, Jordans are cold, like as a sneakerhead. Like it's easy to get Jordans right now. Like people stop consuming them and buying them as much. If everyone wants to get New Balances and Asics and everything else. But in reality, those Jordans are never gonna stop selling. Like people are still gonna buy Jordans.
They're standards.
They're standards. In about 3 to 5 years, guess what's going to happen? Everyone's going to be trying to get the newest and hottest Jordans again. It's the same type of thing that's happening in hip-hop music. Like, and now as the consumers aren't hyper-focused on these specific things, now that people that actually enjoy and consume this and love this and it's part of their culture, it's easier to access because all the BS gets sifted out. So now I can go, get on the sneakers app. I can buy Jordans again. It's not a problem. I got these 4s the other day I'm wearing right now. It was easy. Now we can sift through this left BS. We can find the artists that we like that we'll talk about a little bit later, like new, exciting artists, because the resources and the energy is shifted. So if it bottoms out, it can be a really good thing.
Well,
and I'm happy it's kind of
happening. Hip hop is the subculture of hip hop, the underground of hip hop. the not mainstream, people who love the detail in a beat production or the detail placed in lyrical, prowess. It's a very, very healthy culture still. What we're really talking about when we're talking about decline is mainstream consumption, which once again, those fans weren't really hip hop fans.
They were popular fans.
They're just popular music fans who also like hip hop.
Yeah.
So when the popular culture shifts to wherever it's gonna go,
that's what they follow.
That's where that audience is gonna go, and that's fine by me as a person who's been around this for a long time, and I'm a hip hop fan.
Are we watching the party die?
I think that's a great point, sir. Great point by you.
Thank you.
J. Cole boasts he is the GOAT of features.
What song did he say that in?
The T Grizzly song that just dropped on Friday. It's called Blow for Blow.
What do you guys thoughts?
I just want to say, listen, great strategy, J. Cole. Claim something.
That's a shot, dog.
No, it ain't.
That's a shot.
No, it ain't.
That's
Why
a
is that a
shot.
shot?
Yes, it is.
You know what you're doing.
Something?
Claim something.
Well, no, he's coming off something where people really was like, yo, my man apologized and whatever. He came back and was like, no, I'm claiming, this hip hop.
Can you claim anything after doing that? And
he just did, and let's debate it.
Okay, let's talk about it.
He look, I don't take that as a shot. When you just were in a political three-way standoff and the prevailing champion was Kendrick Lamar,
yes,
who you were kind of positioned against, but because you had gotten close to his nemesis, so you was in an awkward position anyway, and decided to, you know what?
You shouldn't have been in that. You shouldn't have.
My heart's not in this. This ain't even what I want. I'ma bow out. Come back and claim something.
Nadeska, you're a huge J. Cole fan. Is he the GOAT of features?
Yo, I'm pissed that y'all said that was a shot, though.
It was a shot. Nadeska?
That's fucked up.
It definitely was a shot.
That's fucked up, man. Y'all trying to make it seem
so was
like
the undertone. I feel like it's such a loaded question when you ask me. Even the look in your eyes, Eddie. Y'all want me to say something just so you can try to make me sound stupid and go at Cole. So why don't y'all just get into what you really want to talk about? Like, if we're just talking about the past 3 years and the features he's been dropping. I think we've talked about him having maybe one miss.
I think that was a joint with Yachty.
No, Cash Cobain.
Cobain.
And by the way, that's still play. I still hear that joint, so I don't even know it was a miss, and he kind of bodied it. Though.
I'm saying, when that's the only one I feel like people
You may not like Cash Cobain or whatever you feel about him being with Cash Cobain, but I still hear that record a lot.
I also wonder if you guys are talking historically, because I know you have a ranking, Eddie. If you're talking about like all time, of course that's a whole debate. I'm just talking about the past few years. Has there been anyone else consistently killing features like Cole in the past few years? Absolutely not. Are you agreeing?
Yeah,
that's surprising. That's really surprising.
Wow, she's lashing out.
No,
yeah, like this is like
sorry,
this is like the third week in a row. Like
there was a pre-argument before you got here. That's what that is. Ignore that.
PS Penta.
So yes, I think if we're talking about in recent times, absolutely, no one has been as consistent as he has.
Here's what he said. He said he's the GOAT of features. I have an Eddie Francis personal GOAT of features list. 5 to 1. You ready?
Was that third person?
Personal. The Eddie Francis.
I think first. When now, are you saying because he used the term GOAT, greatest of all time, time? So just be clear with your point. You're talking about recent history.
We're talking about right now.
When you use the word GOAT, it sounds like Eddie, where you're about to go is greatest of all time.
Yeah, and don't do that.
And it's the personal. I'm not saying this got to be y'all list. This is my personal list. So I'm asking for a clear out, guys. Let me finish this list.
You want to ISO?
You guys, I want to ISO. Move on. I'm Kobe-ing you guys.
All right, go ahead.
Move out the way. Let me get this. Starting number 5, Ludacris. The reason why I put Ludacris on the list, not only did he have So Hood, not only did he have Damn, he had the one that made everybody go, okay, you're going against the New York MCs. You saw the video footage of them going crazy in the club. Major Look. Got Nas on there. Got Jadakiss on there. Who bodied it? Ludacris. That's number 5. Number 4, I'm going Twista. The reason why I'm putting Twista, because back in the day, Twista used to lose his absolute mind. And who stole it? I'm talking about first when you heard Twista, it was on the Do or Die, Po Pimpin'. You were like, who is this guy rapping so fast? By the time Slow Jams came out, he absolutely bodied that, and that helped put Kanye in the map. So I'm putting number 4, Twista. Also, Kamikaze and Speed Not Mobsters, also great albums from Twista. Number 3, All-time great, Busta Rhymes. It started with Scenario, one of the all-time great features. Nicki Minaj went back to it, like a dungeon dragon, all the way going to Look at Me now. People went viral for rapping that Look at Me now. How do you rap that without losing your breath? Crazy. All right, number 2.
It feels like you're competing with yourself as your
we're not even debating this now.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy he did some homework.
Who's number 2?
Number 2, make sure this is my clip so we can put this online. I'm going Lil Wayne. Now, the second you heard that lighter flick, it was game over. There was years the second you heard that, I can't wait. And not only, I could pick a million songs Lil Wayne was featured in that he absolutely bodied. I'm going to pick Play a Circle, Duffel Bag Boy. Reason being, he didn't even rap. He didn't even rap. He just did the hook.
That was the hook. That was the hook.
That was just the hook. Yep. He made a hit. We know who Titty Boy, a.k.a. 2 Chainz, is right now because of Play a Circle, Duffel Bag Boy. Ludacris couldn't even do that when he was on DTP. And number one.
That was
way worse than what you said.
Way worse.
I feel like you're going to piss me off with number 1.
I am. Aubrey Drake.
Get the fuck out of here.
Aubrey
Drake got some features.
Fuck out of here.
You know why? Everybody's biggest song was with Drake. If you run a record label, I call it ISO. I call it ISO. Move out the way. If you wanted the biggest song,
here, man. Watch out, man.
And you run in a record label and you're saying, how do we monetize this? How do we make the biggest song possible? Who do we get on the phone? The answer was always Drake. If you need a hit, it's Drake. If you got a new artist, it's Drake.
And no for how long? Like 10 years.
For 10 plus years. And the song I'm going to pick, just because this is the Eddie Francis list, not because I'm picking all the songs I like the most from Drake, right above it, him and Lil Wayne, absolutely classic. That's an Eddie Francis top 5 features all time, and you are not on a J. Cole.
Take a breath. Good God. That was a great list,
and
Eddie.
also that was phenomenal execution. Bravo.
Yep.
Yeah,
bravo.
You stole the show.
You also didn't put Jay-Z on there.
Nah, I love Jay-Z.
Or Fab.
I love Fab. Jay-Z's my GOAT. I just don't think
Drake.
Would you rank anywhere in the top 10?
Drake is the greatest.
He'll get honorable mention.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know what fucks up Jay-Z? That high remix. We'll never get over it.
Just one.
Drake has a lot of misses on the features.
He does.
Drake has a lot.
But he probably has the most features.
Were you offended
too.
when he said every song sounds like Drake featuring Drake? I mean, he wasn't lying for a minute.
I wasn't.
That is what everything sounded like.
I can't really argue his list. I would disagree. I think Hove. I would put
the four he has is crazy.
Right, the 4 he has is great, and we're talking all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's important though. Because the impact, I think when Cole says he's the GOAT of features and puts that out there, I think it's a great discussion because he has been on an amazing feature run and people are talking about it.
This is like the last 2 or 3 years.
The question I would have is, has he elevated the songs that he's featured on into hit status?
No.
And I think that's the piece where the list I saw you just run through, right?
They've all done that.
Twista had, I don't know if those songs were hits because of Twista or they were going to be hits already. A lot of Twista's features. Like Do or Die for sure. Luda, Made You Look was already a hit and he just
elevated it lyrically.
He elevated it because he was up against whatever. So we're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
But I think that's the other ingredient to be the GOAT of features is when you jump on a record and because you're on it, you've taken it to a
if that's the top criteria, then it has to be Drake.
Yeah, but that's what Wayne did.
Wayne did it.
50 did that.
Well, and that what fucks up your list a little bit too is you didn't have Wayne high enough, I don't think.
Wayne should have been number 1. Wayne was 2.
Wayne should have
been number 1.
He should have been number 1.
Because
first of all, ain't no Drake without Wayne. And then the blueprint that Drake ran was Wayne's blueprint.
It was, but Drake for years, right? And I said this in my
Wayne for years took mixtape records, turned those into singles that people put them on their albums.
You're
Drake
right.
has never done that.
Listen,
they went and got him because he was the popular light-skinned kid from Canada. It was easy, it was safe. Wayne took those records from the drought.
Yeah, but here's the difference.
Yeah.
Here's the difference though.
What?
Drake has R&B features where he's actually singing and people still took them records serious.
Bruh.
Okay.
Drake's whole
and he got a few, and you know his Caribbean features.
Okay, all right.
He got a few Caribbean joints, dancehall joints is kind of crazy too.
What R&B feature that we have from Drake that's like, yo, bro, that is the fucking one?
Rihanna joint. Like that was like his first number 1.
No, Rihanna, you wildin'.
What's my name?
Rihanna, What's My Name, and the other one, Work.
Yeah, they're bangers. Wait, what are we saying? Hold up, those aren't bangers?
And then don't forget he had that Alicia Keys joint that's kind of fire. What are we talking about? Y'all playing
and the reason why I had Drake in #1 is because look, bro, this is all hypothetical, but the reason why I put him in #1 is because if I was just working in the music industry, I'm like, hey, I need a hit. Who am I getting? It's just Drake. Up until that Camila Cabello and that recent after the Kendrick.
Well, also
them last features are trash.
Okay,
the last ones,
but not only that, he launched careers, man.
He launched career, bro. Like
Drake
Migos, Versace, and like all that other stuff. Like Drake was the one that you get.
Migos,
Versace. He didn't launch their career. He heightened it.
All that UK rap, how it started to come over here. Like Drake's the one that kind of opened the floodgates a little bit. We're like, okay, cool. Well, like I guess we do like Skepta and Stormzy. Like let's not act like Drake. I get it. It's easy to shit on Drake in 2024, but for
remixing history if you're going that far. He called a loss. Like, we can be clear. He lost the rap battle, but we've said that 100 times.
Yeah, we off that. We off that.
So y'all feel like it's Drake and Wayne 1 or 2, 1 and 2.
Wayne is one. Wayne is one.
I would have to say so.
Wayne
That's
is
a
one.
consensus then.
Wayne is one.
And J. Cole's biggest feature for me is the joint with Miguel. Like, and that's a
no,
great
Eddie,
song.
I'm not insane.
All My Life a Little Dark, man, is big as fuck.
Really?
I like the Miguel joint better.
Collab. Anyway, I'm not gonna argue with you and say that Cole is the GOAT and I can rank him over the people on your list. Again, to be clear, I'm talking about recent history and being consistent. But that was a great list.
Even recent history, Wayne is there. Wayne and Cole are going back and forth. There are no other artists right now that are doing features like the level of they're doing it. Nah.
I'll throw it out for the artists to watch. 21 Savage.
21
Savage got mad features,
but to your
fire.
But to your point, does he elevate the record?
Sometimes.
I mean, that Post Malone feature?
I'm not putting him in.
I feel like
I'm not putting him in the top 5 yet, but he's also not an artist that puts out a lot of material. Like 21 Savage is very careful currently so far about how he's been managing his output. You know what I'm saying?
Little baby,
and also
would have been there.
He died. He
would have been there.
He died down.
And also Future.
Absolutely.
I think we should get into the new releases like this. There's a lot of new music out, and I was pleasantly surprised by a number of records that dropped this week.
Okay. Favorites?
Pleasantly surprised by the Weeknd Playboi Carti record, which is fire. Was pleasantly surprised by the new Moneybagg Yo record. Was pleasantly surprised by Meek Mill Robbie's son, which is fire.
Who won War? Who decides War's fire from Meek too?
Yeah, I'm not a big auto-tune Meek guy, but I like what the record is about. I'll say that.
He's dropped 3 in the last 2 weeks. It's Cybertruck, Robbie's son, and the War record.
Yeah.
Who decides War? Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something that really caught me though. Bia and Lil Yachty. That I was like I said, pleasantly surprised.
I like Bia.
I like Bia and J.I.D's record too that came out a few months ago too.
Yeah.
But pleasantly surprised about those releases.
I'm just not a Yachty.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just not a Yachty fan. That's all.
I'm not. See, my thing is Yachty.
The pen is cool, right? The pen is cool.
The delivery is your issue.
I can't.
It doesn't do it for you.
It just doesn't do it. Bia is
sometimes he fit. Sometimes, and then the other thing about Lil Yachty is you never know what beat he did, what song he wrote.
That's why I said
you never know exactly what he did to make that record.
The pen is there,
right? You know what I'm saying?
So just stay off the mic. Please stay off the mic.
What about you, man? What you feeling right now, Lo?
No, I'm just. I got this kid.
Nothing. He the hater in the room. There's nothing he likes.
Yeah, you gotta like something.
No, he like Robbie's son, Meek Mill.
No, I love that. Cybertruck. Wale's been dropping a couple records.
Oh yeah, he got the Tame Impala sample joint.
Yep, he put that out. Who's he featured on?
He's on.
He's an R&B guy.
Yeah, no, he's on Leon Thomas's album.
Yes.
Wale on Leon. Y'all want a fire R&B album? Different show. It's Nadeska show.
Yes.
Tune in. R&B now. Leon Thomas album.
And the one he dropped too last year. Amazing, bro. He's 2 for 2 right now. It's incredible.
I'm gonna go. My favorite rapper right now is Big X the Plug, representing Dallas, I believe. And he got a new single called Change Me. And if you ain't hip to Big X, man, make sure you go listen to just look him up in Apple Music. He dropped a project with his homies called Meet the Sixers this year too. Fire, Big X the Plug.
I got somebody from Toronto.
What? Isn't that a no-fly zone for you, sir?
First off, I'm not Aiden Ross.
They're threatening people.
It's O'Shawn. That's what they call him, O'Shawn. He's got a record called Destinations, I believe. But the album's called Energy is Everything. It's nice, you know, Afro beats. He's rapping, a little R&B on there. But please check that shit out.
Some love
Energy is everything.
I want to shout out Tamara Sin. I think she's from Tennessee. She's had a few singles out. The new one is called Chrome, but she has one called Moving Day that I like. It's like some like soulful, vibey kind of rap, which is really my favorite if you want to check her out. And then I just want to mention that, you know, Young Dolph's family got some closure last week finally.
Yeah,
you know, it's been, 3 years ago he was murdered. And so they had a 4-day trial. And, you know, at the end, a jury found Justin Johnson guilty of murder. He got a life sentence for that. So.
And there was 2 people involved in that, right?
Yeah, so it was him and then his co-defendant, he was Cornelius Smith. So I don't know, he testified in court that, you know, Gotti's brother, Anthony Mims, who people know as Big Jook, had put out a hit on Dolph and other people on his label. These are all like details from the actual case, not just speculation, that apparently they wanted him to sign with CMG and he didn't, and there was some diss tracks traded. But anyway, Big Jook was actually shot and killed outside a restaurant earlier this year as well. Yeah, just all unfortunate, but it's nice for his family to get some closure. So Dolph's fiance, Mia J, said in a statement, you know, this brings relief and restores my confidence in the justice system. She wanted to like thank everybody who was involved. And then Dolph's sister, her name is Carlisa Brown, she said that we ask you to remember the man who enjoyed being a father and spending time with his family. We ask that you remember the man who enjoyed giving opportunities to those who were often overlooked and counted out. So when Dolph died, I'm not gonna lie, I was like dealing with some wild like postpartum depression, and I didn't even know for like a few weeks that it happened, and I feel like I missed sort of that collective mourning. So I did have a chance to meet him in 2019, like here at Apple Music. And this is one of those interviews that going in, I was very intimidated. I was like, y'all sure he doesn't want to talk to Ebro instead? You know, some rappers, especially like a dude like Dolph, I'm like, there's no way he really wants to have a conversation.
Nah, Dolph was a good dude, bro.
And that's what I learned during that interview. And like, he told me he felt the same kind of nervous coming into the interview and felt like very misunderstood. He talked about how much he loved and cared for his family, about getting off of drugs because his sister kept pressing him and how much he respected her. And he also said something which I didn't recall until we pulled up the clip again, that he felt that, especially for an artist like him, people don't really get to know you or understand you well, unfortunately, sometimes until you're gone. It's really a bit haunting that he said that, but we did pull a clip, and, you know, as his sister said, I would love to just share like a beautiful memory of Dolph if you want to check out that clip right now. You seem a little intimidating. I'm not gonna, like, you seem super cool when I see you with your family and like your kids and stuff like that, but I didn't know what the dynamic would be like with you one-on-one.
I think that's because I don't put out a lot of stuff outside of like work, what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's like that same thing like really got me in the situation, even with home, like just period. Like I always keep this separate, this and this work. You know what I mean? But nowadays it's like kind of got to blend in into like to let people know like I'm human too, where you cool, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But why do you find that difficult? I know some people are more private than others. I hate being on social media. That's never something I've been good at. But that's not really the case for you. It's not like you're shy. You know what I mean? So I ain't shy. Why is it hard for you to show people the other side of yourself that like your family gets to see? I don't think it's hard. I really think everybody know that side of me, like really, but like the ones that don't or the ones that might feel like that, it's like they probably just gotta ask around, like to some like the people that really know about me. You know what I'm saying? Or really tune in. Like I'm the person that's gonna like really show you all the love, give you all the confidence, like really give you all the motivation. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like straightforward. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know. I'm gonna work on it though. Okay, look, this is the first time I've seen you smile, and I saw you a few hours ago. This is the first. I'm serious. There are people in this room who get to, this is in real life. This is the first time I see you smile all day. I'm glad it happened.
R.I.P. Young Dolph, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Great guy. His he put out some amazing projects too. Just talking about being, like you said, a father, a black man coming from where he comes from.
A leader in his community.
A leader in his community.
Taking care of his people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know a lot of women also who worked in his circle, and he changed a lot of people's lives. So we'll miss him, but I'm really glad that his family got some closure. I'm sorry to end on a sad note, but I feel like
that's perfect.
No, it's necessary.
Yeah, it is.
Super necessary.
And shout out to Key Glock, keeping his name alive as well.
Yeah, Key Glock, there's a Young Dolph verse on that Let's Go record, that remix that they put together. So Young Dolph and Key Glock have amazing projects too. If you are maybe late to the catalog, it's something you could definitely delve into. For Nadeska, Low, and Eddie, I'm Ebro. It's Rap Life Review. We'll check y'all next week.
What's good? Nadeska here. If you made it through that entire episode of the Rap Life Review, that means you're really a fan. Hit that like button so we know it's real. Subscribe if you never want to miss an episode. And of course, if you really have something to say, drop a comment and we'll hit you back on next week's episode.